Australian property won't freefall. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. I have my stein of coffee and I thought we'd have a look at this article from realestate.com.au because apparently Australian property is different. Australian property is special. Australian property is about 57% of the wealth of our civilization, so it won't freefall. It will not freefall, and we can trust as solid as gold the advice we're receiving here from Nerida Konisbi. We can trust it. We can trust it, guys. It's all going to be good. Let's have a look. So the illness crisis, why Australia won't see house prices in freefall. Why they won't. What do you reckon, guys? What do you think? I mean, what's it going to be? Before we even go through this article, is it going to be Australia's strong and stable economy? People are years ahead on their mortgages. Interest rates are low. Government stimulus spending. You think those are going to be the arguments? It is impossible to categorically declare how far property prices will fall due to the illness. But it's important to remember the kind of situation we're in, which is a health crisis resulting in productivity challenges. Okay, we're actually in a debt bubble and a health crisis has decimated the economy. Businesses, we looked at it yesterday, Flight Centre shut down 40% of their shops. Here's the thing, people seem to hope or think that it's all just going to bounce right back. It's going to bounce back automatically. Maybe I'm too skeptical about it all, because people's habits will change. It's understandable that many Australians expect to see the market behave as it did during the previous economic downturns, such as the GFC in 2007, which was a financial and demand shock. Until now, previous downturns in Australia have primarily been finance-led, which is the significant differentiating factor. In light of that, there are a number of reasons why Australians shouldn't expect to see house prices free fall. Well, we'll have to see what happens in America, what happens in finance, what happens with confidence. The fact that the US is pretty much now at infinite QE, shouldn't that have an impact? Maybe prices won't fall. Maybe houses will shoot up to millions and millions and millions of dollars. But so will a loaf of bread. So banks are a pillar of support. Compared to a financial crisis, the illness pandemic will be short-lived, and Australia's finance system has been equipped to handle non-performing loans and offer mortgage payment deferrals, at least in the short term. Now, okay, how can she make this claim? Look at the Spanish flu. It came in waves. One of the issues, one of the concerns is that if we are too good at containing the spread of this illness, once we ease up on restrictions, you'll get another wave. And then another wave. Our herd immunity hasn't developed. That's a concern. Even with the development of a vaccine, the greater spread of this virus, the more chances that you can have mutations and evolution in the virus. And that can cause complications. So it's a complicated situation. So there's the question, the lockdowns, how long are they going to last? The government's gone down this path. I thought 6 months seemed like quite a decent amount of time for an economy to be in hibernation. The Reserve Bank of Australia is providing $90 billion to the banks at a rate of 0.25%, in line with the record low cash rate, to ensure a cheap line of credit is available throughout the crisis. The RBA will fund the banks at that low rate over 3 years and provide additional funding if the banks increase lending to small and medium-sized businesses. Okay, who the hell is going to borrow now? Why would you borrow for your business? I mean, what businesses are doing well? Archery businesses are doing well. I saw a video there. What else? maybe Woolworths, the big grocery chains and a few suppliers. Will that last? People have stocked up. There's only so much panic buying people need to do. Who's going to borrow? Everyone I spoke to in business, everyone I talked to, have you heard the RBA? They're trying to push the banks to lend to small business. Who the hell will borrow? Why would you borrow now to invest in your business? Maybe if property went into free fall, then you'd borrow to snap up some bargains, perhaps. But it's not going to, apparently. The Australian Banking Association has mandated 6-month loan deferrals for virus-hit small to medium-sized businesses to ensure they can stay on track. The Big Four banks and some other financial institutions are offering up to 6-month loan holidays for their home loan customers. These measures will help to hold off distressed sales that would otherwise mount far more quickly. House prices will fall in the short term because of decreasing demand, but don't expect to see them nosedive, which is what would happen if the banks were also distressed. So it may be a longer process. And unemployment will only hit some sectors, and those sectors will affect other parts of the economy. It will flow through. Job losses is the biggest driver of how a community fares when we look at a local level. In the early 1990s, Melbourne house prices were decimated following sharp rises in unemployment. At the same time, the Gold Coast experienced house price increases as a result of migration from southern states. During the GFC, house prices in Perth surged off the back of the mining boom, while white-collar finance job losses hit premium parts of Sydney. And I think the unemployment rate, which the last time I had a look, where is it here? I'll just bring that up. The unemployment rate was, up to 5.1%, and now with the JobKeeper, the numbers aren't going to be realistic. This time last year, the Financial Services Royal Commission and federal election uncertainty significantly impacted Sydney and Melbourne prices, while Hobart prices soared. In fact, there's been an increase in search activity across the board on the buy section of realestate.com.au compared to the same period last year, despite the virus chaos. However, it is still down from its peak in February. Well, that's because people are stuck at home. So what are they going to do? They're going to fantasize about what they want to buy or look at nice properties. It's just search activity. We're already seeing evidence of how the illness crisis is pushing up the rate of unemployment. But this is polarizing in specific sectors. Tourism, entertainment, and hospitality have already shut down, and we are seeing the fallout on realestate.com.au with rising rental listings. Export education, particularly in Melbourne, has really felt the blow with the introduction of travel restrictions and a dramatic reduction in international students. Similarly, Tasmania is likely to be less susceptible to the impacts of the illness now that its borders have closed. But Hobart, which is highly dependent on tourism, entertainment, and education for its growth, will feel the downturn. Well, yes, in a previous video we looked at UTAS. They were cutting a significant number of their courses, and that's going to have impact on their staffing requirements there. And also, the university invested in accommodation for a lot of international students. There you go. So it's nice if people bequeath money to the universities, that's where it goes. Just remember that, guys. Just remember that. In this scenario, it is highly likely that this shutdown will flow through to property prices. So some sectors will experience growth. Many sectors are facing really tough times, but there will be others that experience growth. Quite obviously, employment in the health sector will grow in the short term, but long term there's likely to be increased investment in medical research, hospitals, and medical centres. Government employment will also grow. Employment in Centrelink, the ATO, and the Department of Health will increase immediately. Wow! But that's not really part of the economy, is it? They're the ones riding on the back of the ute that everyone else is pushing from the tray. The ultimate government market that can expect to benefit Canberra. Already we're seeing quite different search behaviour in Canberra compared to the rest of Australia. Search activity increased in March for buyers, renters, and even for new developments. Well, that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. Just shows you our political class and our bureaucratic servant class are living a different life to a lot of people. You think that's a fair call to make? Let me know what you reckon. The one market that may again have a post-GFC style silver lining is Perth. Australia's Department of Industry, Science, Energy and Resources has assumed that almost all Chinese workplaces will be fully operational by mid-year. Well, we'll have to see, guys. We will have to see if that happens. This year, combined with stimulus measures likely to be put in place by the Chinese government, iron ore is expected to be a major beneficiary of the illness crisis rebound. Additionally, a strong drive to ultra-safe investments is pushing the gold price to record levels, and next year Australia will be the biggest gold producer in the world. Perhaps property prices in Perth will again go against what is happening around Australia and recover some of the tremendous losses that they've suffered, perhaps. It's too early to definitely call the market, but we do know there will be winners and there will be losers, as Australia and the world continues to adapt to these unprecedented and rapidly changing times. It's only a matter of time before we know what the fallout will be. So there you go, guys. What do you think of this analysis? Do you think China's demand for resources will work? Do you think that will once again lift up the Australian economy? And then fuel these property prices over in Perth, which have shot down. Do you think the QE in the US to infinity will make a difference? We'll have to see. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and you want to help support the channel grow, there are a few ways you can. Watch the videos and share the content. Even interacting with likes and commenting, it helps. You can support the channel directly by a small donation via YouTube or Patreon if you want to join for a small monthly fee. We have merch we make. You can see right behind me the pocket squares that Rachel makes. You can get from our website below, and also Teespring, where we get coffee mugs made. We have the ability for you to use our affiliate links at Amazon or eBay for your consumer purchases, or Independent Reserve and KuCoin for the crypto traders out there. We have PayPal if you want to make a direct donation, or Gold Pass if you want to send us gold from the Perth Mint. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.